Well, that's the LIC chief there saying that they will be meeting with the Adani Group shortly to understand what has led to the kind of market capitulation that we currently see. And staying with the Adani Group, the Supreme Court has today red flagged the loss of lakhs of crores of investor wealth in the Adani stock crash. The court was hearing a plea that sought investigation into the Hindenburg report on Adani. The Supreme Court has asked market regulator SEBI to submit a report on the existing framework to ring-fence investors for shocks to share prices. Ashmit joins us now with more details. Ashmit, take us through what has transpired in court and the observations that have come in from the Supreme Court.
Well, as soon as the petition was taken up, there was a lengthy discussion that the three-judge bench engaged in. And after that three-judge bench discussion, Justice Chandrachud made some key observations. Number one was the concern that he red flagged was erosion of investor wealth. He pointed out that, number one, he was being very guarded in making any comments because the stock markets are driven by sentiment, and that he did not want to spark any worries as far as stock markets are concerned. That's one. Second, he said as far as investor wealth is concerned, reportage of this entire issue over the last 2 weeks has clearly indicated two factors. Number one, that there has been increased volatility and that there has been erosion of wealth to the tune of lakhs of crores of rupees. And that has led to a few suggestions coming in from the apex court. The Supreme Court has asked a few pointed questions to the market regulator, SEBI in this case. Number one, the question that is asked is, what about the current legal framework? Is it competent to deal with such shocks to the system? The second concern that has been raised is that as far as whether there is need felt by the market regulator for perhaps any amendment to the regulatory framework to give it more powers, to add new laws that will strengthen this legal framework. The third key aspect is the Supreme Court has suggested to the market regulator to not act in isolation, but in fact to consult the finance ministry, which in this case would be the nodal ministry, and then to take it forward from there and perhaps come back with Monday with some answers on the sufficiency of the current legal framework. Having said that, the apex court was also quick to add a caveat that none of these comments should be construed as SEBI not doing its role. So the apex court is remaining silent on that, again reiterating that it does not want to spook the stock markets, and then going on to say that yes, we are aware that the Solicitor General has informed the apex court that there is indeed some amount of SEBI oversight on the issue, and that SEBI is monitoring the situation as we speak. So some questions, some suggestions, and some important directions coming in from the apex court. Monday holds the key when the market regulator comes back with some answers to these suggestions and questions put forth by the apex court.